Narana Andy. So we have a issue with the credit card processing system at our temple front desk location. So any credit card that is being swiped at the front desk is not being recorded by the QuickBooks, and it is not charging the credit card holder and not depositing the funds into our account. And we are working with QuickBooks on it. Apparently there is some software upgrade, and the issue is much bigger. They don't have an immediate fix. So in the meanwhile, as it stands, we don't have any mechanism for taking a donation at the front desk by swiping the user's card. So the best thing that we have right now is the alternative that we have in the meanwhile is use a different processing card reader with the iPad app. As such, computer we cannot, there's no reader that works with a computer right now as it stands where we can process, swipe a credit card. So let me give a walkthrough of what to do, Andy. So first thing is, this is the tab. So the setup will be like this. So there will be a tab here, and it will always be connected to the power. So you don't need to do anything. It will not run out of battery. Likewise, there is a credit card reader, and it also is connected to the power. The reason why it is connected to the power all the time is because so that it doesn't run out of the battery. Otherwise it can run without connecting to the power for like 12 hours or 1 day, but we have set it up such a way that it will always have the power. So this reader, you can tap the credit card or you can insert the chip card, all those things that the latest and greatest it supports. So these two are the equipments that are in the setup for processing the credit card. So let me log into that tab. So once we log in, so we need to unlock it. So the passcode for unlocking is 123456. So that is how you unlock it. Now you need to launch this app called QB, QuickBooks. It will be on the home screen and at the bottom panel, or you can find it out somewhere here. Okay, so you launch the QuickBooks app. It takes few seconds to load it, so bear with it. It is loading still. Okay, now once it has logged in, now there are two things. The sales receipt. So you go into the sales receipt here, click on the sales receipt. Sales receipts. So this is for taking a donation from a customer, a devotee, right? So you need to click on the plus button, which opens a new thing. Now you need to select customer name. So you can add a new customer from here as well by clicking this plus. But in our example, we will look for an existing customer and charge them. So let's look at existing customer. Let's say Chakradhar. So let's say we are charging the existing customer. Now we have located the customer, and now we need to determine what we are charging for. So select item is the key one here. Click on the select item. So it shows you all the products that which you can charge against. So Brahmotsavam 2014, let's say, is what I am charging them for. Now this is Brahmotsavam 24. Now you need to, the service date, you can leave it as it is. By default it takes today's date. Quantity, you can leave it as it is. The rate is what you need to change. So touch on the rate, it opens up the numbers. So let's say I'm charging $9, let us say. Okay, this is a test, right? So done. So $9. One thing to ensure is, for some reason, for some product codes like Brahmotsavam 2014, this is taxable, somehow is enabled. But other products like Acharya Sambhavana or some other things, this is off. I don't know how this gets on or off, but we manually turn it off. Is taxable? It is not taxable, so we turn this off. And once we have entered all the payment details, we just say add. So now you can see here the payment details it is. For example, if you want to charge for Annadanam also along with the Brahmotsavam thing, now you can click select item here, and again you can choose Annadanam here and do whatever you want. But in this example, we are just doing only another Brahmotsavam. So we just cancel this one here. So you have selected this. Now the next step is choosing the payment type. For the cash and check, you don't need to use this tab and the new workflow. You can continue to use the old way. That works fine. Only for the credit card processing, you need to use this. So you need to click on the credit here. Now, once you click on the credit, this on the top right, you will see a new button, next option. Until you select all the details, fill in the details, you would not see this next here. So once this next appears, you click on the next. Now you can you pull it closer, Swami? So if you can see here, it says card reader 3714 is connected, and it also showing the battery strength of the card reader, and you see the card reader right over there. We can leave the call, that's okay, let the call wait. So now all we have to do is take your credit card. We just need to
call from Chola.
Just 1 second.
Call from Chola.
So you can insert the chip card. So the face of the card should be facing you, and you can insert like this, right? Look at the screen. So the screen changes. It asks for the signature of the whoever is paying. Yeah, so I don't know if you need to take the signature, but if you but looks like so you can ask the devotee to just give the signature, but otherwise you can just say anything here and say done. Right, so it is authorizing the payment. Can you keep it close for me? That's it. So the payment has been accepted. It is success. Now one thing to note is that the email does not go out automatically, so you need to send a receipt. The way you do it is, this is the sale transaction payment that was done. There is an ellipsis button here, the 3 dots. You need to click on that 3 dots. It will show you a small menu. The second option in the menu is email. You touch the email. Now it shows you the receipt. It shows you the receipt dialog box, and you need to click on the send button on the dialog box. So this dialog box send is on the top right side here. So you click on the send. Now the email goes to the devotee. So by default, the receipt does not go to the devotee. So you have to do this extra step of send, clicking on this small dots button and sending an email. So this completes the workflow of accepting a payment from the devotee. By the way, you don't need to put the card for this long. And by the way, this also has tap. You can also tap as well. I just demonstrated the chip usage, but tap also works perfectly fine. I think swipe also works, but I haven't tried it. But these days, almost every card has a chip in it. So
I think show them also.
So this is on the sales workflow. Now the next one is, if you want to add a new customer to this account, you could use this to add new customer, or you can go back and use their existing computer to add new customer. Right? You can go back to the machine and you can add new customers. You don't need to use this one for adding new customers, but you can easily do it. New customers, you click on the plus and it will ask you to fill in the details and you just save it. That's it, the new customer is added into the system. Now, one last thing is, occasionally, very rare cases, the device, the card reader may be disconnected with this. Now you get to know when you go to the payment screen, right? It will show you, instead of connected to card reader and the battery percentage and all those things, it will show you the card reader is disconnected. Now in that case, you abort the transaction, you go to the home screen. So home screen is where you have all this left hand side panel, right? You have all the shortcuts. At the bottom you would see something called see all. It will, if you click on see all, it will give you a lot more options, right? So you at the bottom of it, you would see a gear button, and it has Intuit accounts and settings. So you click on that. So when you click on that, you will get a small menu here. there is an option called card readers just above the sign out. Please be careful not to sign out, because if you sign out from the QuickBooks account here, then again you need the QuickBooks user ID and password and all those things. I can provide you that, in which case you have to call me. It's all headache, right? So just carefully touch the card readers. So when you touch the card readers, it will show you that this card reader 89% is connected. By the way, if you just flip it, sometimes you get this actually is not sure. Actually, you can do this way. Basically you can we all know how to use touch devices, right? You can move it around if you need. So you would see this thing is connected here. So if it is not connected, you click on it still, and then you go and say connected. Now that because it is connected, it is 89% charge and all those things, means that it is connected. Now, for example, I would just simply disconnect it just to demonstrate how to reconnect it if it is disconnected. So if it is disconnected, you would see something like this. It says connect reader, forget reader. So all you have to just do is connect reader, right? Once you do connect reader, then you would say battery percentage and all those things. Also, by the way, you have an identify reader button. So for example, if you have multiple readers here, you want to know which reader this device is connected to. So this identify reader button is helpful over there. If you click an identify reader button, there will be a green light that would be flashing on the device. So this is the device and that is the charger. So you would see a green flashing here. So which means that this is the device that is connected to that. You don't need to worry about this, because right now we only have one device that is put outside, so you wouldn't run into this issue. So always make sure that it is put on the docking station so that it continuously charges. So yes, identify card reader. So we identified, we just got it. So this is probably the only place where you would need to, you may occasionally see that a reader is disconnected, and this is how you deal with it. Now let's say now you want to go back from this screen to your sales screen. What do? On the top left, you will see this panel kind of thing. So this one, you click on this one, and again your menu comes. In the menu you have sales receipt, customers, everything that you have. So click on again sales receipts. Now you have sales receipt. You want to make a new transaction, plus button. Again the whole story restarts from here, right? It is not very complicated, especially for anyone who is using a smartphone. This is going to be straightforward. Rewatch the video a couple of times if you have any questions. You can also reach out to me. As I said, credit card processing, you need to use this because the other reader, the old reader, the horizontal bar reader, right, the magnetic reader, because that is not working, we have hid it somewhere. So make sure, don't use that reader. It will fool us in the sense that it says that the payment is deducted, but the payment is not really deducted. So we have quite a few transactions like that we need to rework, but leave that aside. For credit card processing, use only this model. For everything else, you can use this, or you can continue to use what you are already comfortable with. And one last thing, please don't move this this iPad or the charging station from here. Keep it always here, and make sure that they're always plugged in. If you want to move it a little bit for your convenience, the angle and all those things, that's fine. But once you're done, make sure that you leave it in the same place, so that the next volunteer or the priest who is trying to use this will be able to use it. That's all it is. So we can close this, and once everything is done, if you want to just close the app, you just close the app. Don't sign out of the app or sign in the app. So let the app be always signed in. So you don't need to sign out. So just close the app. That's all it is. Just close the app, and that's it. And the screen will automatically lock itself. Thank you so much for your attention. Appreciate the work that you do. Thank you.